Okay, so we're going to review I'm going to give you examples of the quadratics review that I left for your substitute teacher this Friday. The first problems, excuse me. So the first section is just factoring. So I'm going to do two examples of factoring. One is on, what is this doing? I might have to do this again. One is regular big X, and the other one is arc it and stick it. So the first problem is x squared plus 6x plus 8. To use the big X, you're looking for factors of 8 that add up to 6. So your factors are going to be 4 and 2. So in your parentheses, you put x plus 4, x plus 2. And that is your final answer for that one, because that's all you're doing is factoring. The second example I'm doing is 2x squared minus x minus 3. So for arc it and stick it, you take the first coefficient, multiply it by the last coefficient, and put that in the top of your big X. So negative 6. And remember, there's an invisible 1 here, so that's negative 1. So factors of negative 6, that add up to negative 1. It would be negative 3 and 2. So in your parentheses, you're putting x minus 3 and x plus 2. And then you have to divide by the 2. And then if it's divisible, you divide. If it's not, you stick it. And this is not divisible, so it's 2x minus 3. And this is divisible, so that's x plus 1. That's your final answer for that one. Okay, the next one. The next section is solve using the quadratic formula. So if I have the equation x squared plus 3x minus 9 equals 0, I know that a is 1, b is 3, c is negative 9. And I just plug it in. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in my parentheses here, I put b here and here. A and c go here, and a goes down here. So I have negative 3 plus or minus square root of 45, because 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 9, negative 9, that's negative 9, is 45 over 2. And when I simplify 45, it becomes, this is negative 3 plus or minus 3 root 5 divided by 2. And that's your answer. Okay, that's part B. For part C, I'm going to use the same example, but now I just need the discriminant, so I just need b squared minus 4ac. So remember, b was 3, and c is negative 9. So b squared minus 4ac would be 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 9. And we already did that. We know that equals 45. And to tell the nature of the roots, remember, if the discriminant is positive, that means you have two real roots. Positive. So the answer to this problem is two real roots, 45. But also, if the discriminant came out to be 0, then you have one real root. And if negative, if it's a negative number, then you have 0 real roots. That's a 0. Or you could say 2 complex roots. Okay, that's part C, discriminant. Part D, I'm going to use the examples from part A to solve by factoring. So let's say this was x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. And when I factored it, I got x plus 4 and x plus 2. Now to get the solutions, you're just going to set each of the factors equal to 0. And then solve. This would be x equals negative 4, and the other one would be negative 2. The other example that I did in the first part was 2x squared minus x minus 3. We'll set that equal to 0. When you get your factors, you had 2x minus 3 and x plus 1. Set each of those equal to 0 and solve. This one is x equals negative 1. This one, add 3. 2x equals 3 divided by 2. And x equals 3 halves, or negative 1. Both of those will be solutions to that. Two more. So part E, let's say I'm given that the roots of an equation are 4 and negative 6. Okay, all you're going to do is switch the signs of the two roots and put them back in the parentheses. So you're basically doing the exact opposite of what we did in the last problem. So now I do x minus 4, x plus 6, and then you just FOIL or box that. So I know you guys all like the box. So x minus 4, x plus 6, and this is negative 24. So remember, you add these together. So I have x squared plus 2x minus 24 equals 0. So this is the polynomial in standard form that has those two roots. And part F, to put a quadratic into vertex form from standard form, we use complete the square. So the first step with complete the square is rewrite the equation with parentheses, leaving a space, and the 8 on the outside. So the constant term goes on the outside and leaves space. So you're going to have a space here and a space here that you're going to use in just a minute. Okay, so I need to get b over 2 squared, because that's what I'm going to add here and subtract here. So b in this problem is 6. So 6 over 2 squared would be 3 squared, which is 9. So this number gets added inside and subtracted outside. And then you have to factor. So factors of 9, they add up to 6. That'd be 3 and 3. So this becomes x plus 3 squared. And then simplify this. 8 minus 9 is negative 1, and this equals 0. So now I know this is vertex form. You can tell the vertex would be negative 3 and 1. Or negative 3 and negative 1, excuse me. Okay, so that's it.